Peace, you guys. What's going on? Well, it looks like the channel's growing in some ways. There always seems to be somebody new popping on. Welcome if you're new. I don't seem to hear or see too much of anyone, but I do recognize when some of the different videos are being sought. It's kind of interesting. I don't know how to really get down in deep into my junk and find out where and what I'm doing. But it's all those numbers. They don't always seem to be the same on my end of stuff. And so and because numbers and stuff like that, regardless of the work that we're doing here, numbers mess me up all the time. This dyslexia just kills me. And so, anyways. But when it comes down to our Bible and stuff like that, I'm getting a really good handle on it. And the number system isn't as terrible. And because I have to, teach it and use it, so, I'm growing a little used to it. All right. Let's see. Because when even you guys know what I'm doing, it's not so hard to understand. But anyways, welcome to all you new guys. We're not as blasphemous and unloving as the old outside world would have people like us, the Gnostics. The view that we take on is a correct view of the Bible, and the Bible is telling us a certain bunch of things. It tells us that we're the beast. It tells us, so all these negative things point to us. God help us if we're making ourselves out to be the devil. All right. And so, and how the earth, this beautiful planet of ours, is actually a dark planet, where all this stuff is allowed to take place, good things and bad things, horrific things and beautiful things. So it's this place where anything can come to life, where gods can be gods, and those servants can be servants. So it all plays out here in the lower conscious, the lower levels of things. And we're just in the right place. Remember, the Bible and the earth and sun and the moon and the stars, they're all created for you, the individual. The entire thing is all for you. It's amazing. But, because we see it for the truth of it all, that no one has God in them yet, that they have to work towards this. This is the kind of information that kind of pops the bubbles and bursts people's realities. We know when someone says that they're connected to God, there'll be a few things that they do that they could answer, like what does it mean to come as a child? These kinds of things. And you could tell them someone is saved or not, because if they're still barking the Gospels, we know that they're not. So you can see that this idea that people that have the knowledge could be one of these people that no one really wants to know, because they'd rather go on with their own business, And they say, "Who the hell are you?" And I said, "Well, I just happen to read the Bible, and I believe my Bible. I believe it. I believed it whenever I could only see the surface. I believed it. I had questioned my mind, a lot of crazy shit going on there. But now I got the better understanding of it. I got God's understanding, and there's only one way that you can see it. When you do see it, there's only one way. And there's a formula, so you can't veer off the path in any way, shape, or form. So, so whether or not you believe me, I don't give a damn, but welcome aboard. Learn how to do this on your own so that you could have your own understanding. And when you find out, hey, it's no different than mine. Ain't that something? That's how beautiful the code is. All right. We can take and put anything you want to the outside of this stuff to prove anything that you want. But when it comes down to the truth, when you look for life, over darkness, or light over darkness, life over death, do you find this beautiful Bible of ours does both. You know, it's very interesting how God works. And this is one of the most mysterious ways that the entire world, everything runs off of. There is no other gods beside God, you know. And if there is, it would be us. It would be us going astray, you know. And it was brought up the other day that, Jesus would run and get away from the 99 and go and catch the one. Well, it only comes to the one. But all these stories, you know. And it's funny, we're going into the Sumerian text, and one of the stories, and there's an Enkidu. Enkidu is a creature that that has human traits and animal traits. All right, so that's talking about you and me. It's talking about Adam. And so whenever they send some woman to go and take care of him, so all he needs is a little sex on the side, and that'll take care of him. And after he does this for like 6 months or 6 weeks or 6 something, all right, does all of a sudden the animal side of him leaves. And this is told to us through symbolism as that whenever he went back to the animals, they wouldn't even come close to him. They didn't want to touch him. Don't touch me. You've had sex with this woman, But it came with a reward because now he has wisdom, now he has knowledge, now he has this. So this is the whole point of the Samaritan tales, is that they send someone down, Inky, to so people are already on earth, all right? People are already being kings and this and that, and here's a particular guy who's learned some humility. And so all of these stories, Jesus and Buddhism and all these are about us getting control of our minds, taking the animal side of us out of it, just gone, taking this part away, and then everything's fine. And so we're in this particular weird place where they're looking at everybody else's religions as being myths, myths from the past. They just didn't know what they were doing. There's no such thing as this and that. When in reality, it's the same players. They just change their names, or they're the same players. They just have different names, and that that they're just they're the same stories all throughout time. They are the same things. There is only one God, and there's a mother and a father entity. And when two of them are together, do great things happen. But when the two of them oppose each other, not so great things happen. So we often find that moon god has a couple sisters, or we always find that moon god is 2 energies, 2 women. So it's the same thing. When they're talking about creating man, they make them 2 at a time. They're talking about you and the child inside you. There are 2 people, 2 things being made. We come 2 by 2s. Everything's about 2s, and that clever way that Inky has to go and retrieve Ishtar or Inanna is by these two, by sending 2. Everyone comes by 2 by 2s to 2s. They enter into the boat and they move on. And this 2 represents the skin and your side, your brother, your sidekick. These are the 2 that are going to come up. It's always these 2. It's always these 2, And so it has to do with meditation. We're going to free ourselves by going this particular route. That's the way these stories are. And the benefits of meditation are granted to you whether you make it all the way up to the top or not. Just a few minutes of meditation gives you like an hour to 2 hours worth of relaxation, But this idea of popping over to the other side This is, going from land out to the ocean and to the water. This is a particular place to go. It just doesn't hit you. You have to go in there searching for this place. Or it will not open. It's about knocking on the door. It's about tossing the net over to the right side of the boat because you want to find this place. It doesn't just, hey, there you are. It just doesn't happen that way. It tells us that. So anyways, you guys had a brand new welcome. This is, I don't have much of a class for you today, but I am working on it. I have other things I got to get done first. All right. Something in my garden. All right. Let's see. I just want to say hello and welcome. Awesome. Best to you. Hope you got something out of this. Hope you get something out of being a part of this channel. We've worked really hard to get people to come and show up, but not very many people are very talkative. All right. So it'd be nice to hear how you're doing. If you have a request, got a question about something, doesn't hurt to ask. All right. Gives me something to do. Yeah. I'll chat with you soon. Bye.